FC26 is such an open game with fast-paced gameplay. To adapt quickly and be able to attack and break defenses consistently, you need to master passing. Yes, dribbling is strong, but I believe the best play style in this game is to keep it fast and direct. If you do that, you will score plenty of goals. So in today's video, we are breaking down how to pass effectively in FC26. The first and most dangerous pass is the ground-through pass. Since pace in FC26 is very overpowered, the easiest way to take advantage of it is by mastering through passes. To play an effective through pass, first make sure your runner is already moving forward or making a run. If not, you can trigger him yourself. Use the L1 button to trigger a run, simply aim the left analog towards that player, then press L1 and he will sprint forward in a straight line. The next step is timing. When he is about to get past the last defender on the defensive line, aim the left analog towards him and press triangle. Make sure you load up enough power and direct the ball into the open space. Since pace is so strong in this game, it is very hard for defenders to keep up. Once your striker is in behind, just sprint towards the goal. He will outrun the defender almost every time. Do not be afraid to sprint forward when you see space. Because it is very hard for teams to stay compact in FC26, defenses will always leave gaps for you to exploit. If you time your through passes well, you will consistently create dangerous chances and score more goals. Next, we have one-touch passing. This is a game-changer in FC26. One-touch passes are extremely overpowered. The speed, the accuracy, everything about them makes it a nightmare for your opponent to defend against. To make it even better for yourself, build your midfield with players who have the tiki-taka play style. Even though some players without can still play quick passes, having that playstyle gives you more consistency and reliability in midfield. The key to using one-touch passing effectively is to think 2 or 3 moves ahead. Before the ball even reaches your current player, already know where the next pass is going. This will improve your decision-making, make your play more fluid, and keep your attack unpredictable. Pass, 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 and before your opponent knows it, he is completely lost. Take advantage of this passing trick and give your opponent no time to reposition or recover his defensive shape. Also remember, one-touch passing is the best way to increase the tempo of the game in FC26. Use it well, and you will control the pace and dominate your matches. Then we have the lobbed through pass. To be honest, having this pass in your arsenal feels unfair to your opponents. How can someone consistently stop this pass in FC26? It almost feels glitchy at times. If you asked me to pick just one pass to rely on in this game, I would choose the lobbed through pass. It is very effective and perfectly fits the fast-paced gameplay of FC26. To perform it, you still need a runner making a forward run. We already know how to trigger those runs. So once your player is moving in behind, simply press L1 plus triangle while aiming at him with the left analog. The ball will be lifted and travel into the space for your runner. The reason I prefer this pass is because of its consistency. It is very hard to intercept unless the defender is already close to the ball carrier. Otherwise, it slices through defenses with ease. Most players are always focused on cutting out the ground through pass, and that is exactly when you introduce the aerial option. Watch how surprised your opponent will be as you chip the ball over his defender and break his back line just like that. As you can see from the clips, this pass works best when timed toward your strikers. It is one of the easiest and most reliable ways to get in behind the defense in FC26. Then we have the pass and move trick. It sounds like a simple passing trick, but it is actually very overpowered if you know how to set it up correctly, and I am going to break it down for you. Let's go. To perform it, hold L1 while making a short pass with X. As soon as your player releases the ball, he will start running forward. This creates a very effective direct forward run. The trick works best against aggressive opponents who constantly pull their defenders out of position, and in FC26 there are plenty of players like that. Personally, I use this trick a lot against opponents who drag defenders out, because it allows me to exploit the spaces they leave behind. From here, you can easily create powerful through pass opportunities. In fact, this is another way to create runs for both ground through passes and aerial passes by using this passing trick to force movements and then exploiting the gaps. Now let me show you a common pattern in the game using this trick. Step 1. Always use the pass and move trick to send your wingers forward. Once your winger is making a run, you can then involve the triangle. Here's how it works. Pass between 3 players on the wing. Your winger, the runner, your midfielder, and your striker. The striker is usually the one who releases the ball to the winger. So you pass to the striker, control the ball into space, then time a perfect through pass in behind for your running winger. This setup is perfect for exploiting wing play in FC26. You will almost always find space on the flanks, and from there, you can create tons of chances with this trick. So give it a try, and you will see your passing game massively improve in FC26.
That might help them.
Lastly, we have the first-time lobbed through pass. Yes, it is still in the game, and honestly, right now it feels even better than the ground version. From my testing, the lobbed through pass is the most effective one, but of course if the ground version works for you, that is fine. Still, I recommend trying the lobbed one because it is very powerful in FC26. Now, I know some players gave up on this pass back in FC25, thinking it was gone or not effective anymore. If you are one of those, you are definitely missing out, because this pass is still here and still deadly. The only thing is that consistency can be a bit tricky. Against opponents who use a very low defensive depth, it might not be as reliable, but against players running a high defensive line, this pass is a game changer. Here is how you pull it off. Use a formation that has either 2 strikers or a cam. Personally, I think 2 strikers work better in this game. So, when you pass the ball to one striker, while the ball is still mid-flight traveling towards him, immediately trigger your other striker to make a run forward by pressing L1. As the ball gets close to your first striker, aim the left analog towards the runner, then press L1 plus triangle to perform a first-time lobbed through pass. Done correctly, your second striker will break in behind the opponent's defense with ease. You can even do this with your winger, combining it with your striker's run. It is such a simple but effective way to create chances. And honestly, it is very hard to stop. So there you have it. That wraps up the passing tutorial. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already, so you don't miss more FC26 tutorials coming your way.